don't have mine today.
I'm
still on vacation, Eve.
Well, that's not fair. You're you're in San Diego?
That is correct.
You're in like the homo capital. There should be a flag somewhere, a fan somewhere.
I saw one. There's a couple.
See, just steal one out of a yard, like out of someone's yard.
Yeah, I didn't see any in this complex, but whatever. Anyway.
You're in a complex. Don't have any in the gift shop?
What gift shop?
I don't know.
I'm not saying it. Anyway, welcome to the Cup. Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy, currently a San Diego gay. I feel very straight this evening because I'm drinking White Claw.
Ooh.
I almost thought that was Bud Light for a second because the can was blue, and I was like,
no, I did a lot of drinking beer this weekend because I was with my family, and they are straight for the most part.
Putting the he in the he they.
Absolutely. However, this is White Claw Surge, so we're feeling
putting the she in the he they.
Just putting the she in the he they. Yes, ma'am. I had cranberry. This is blackberry. They're both pretty good.
Oh. Real story, real tea. I have never had a White Claw before.
They're not great.
Never.
Same.
You're not missing out.
I've never had alcohol though, so.
Yeah, there we go. And hello, I am Lana, your resident diva, here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Purr. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I myself am just drinking generic water. Sponsored by.
Which one are you doing from Mr. Talented?
I'm sponsored. None of Mr. Talent. I'll sponsor my own, but my sponsor is from Clover Bish because I'm thirsty for that woman. So there. Period.
Well, I was going to say she's not generic. That's Vania.
Well, yeah, generic by Vania. This is
No, I amend that. That's Kelly Roller.
Yes. Generic by Kelly Roller. This is.
How about that's 3 of our top 4?
This is expensive water. This is expensive, luxurious water sponsored by Clover Bish because I'm thirsty for that one.
Great.
Thank you. Period. And of course, if I was drinking anything, my piping hot tea, I would be drinking it out of my cup mug because you know all the cool kids have one and you should get you one of your own. And you can get that cup from LanaG'sCreations.etsy.com, where you can get all of your cup merch. We have cups, we have hats, we have socks, we have things. Come by, check it out, get your cup merch. All the cool kids have one.
And I am David Healy, and I don't have a cute intro. But you know what I do have? I have a cute shirt. I am wearing my Mo Heart shirt. She was brought up on a podcast recently, so I'm like, I gotta wear
as she should.
Yeah, she should be. I love
my favorite drag queen.
Ooh.
Yep, Mo Heart definitively is my favorite drag queen.
Wow, awesome. Yeah, she's awesome. She is a Missouri queen, and I'm from Missouri, so gotta love her. Oh, and I'm drinking water.
Water. Once again, hi everyone. I'm Eve the Bunny, Chicago drag impresario, Ivy Park enthusiast, and all around bad bitch. And tonight I am drinking once again my favorite Arizona black and white tea. Why? Because I like consistency.
We do love consistency. We're on the side, Eve, where we have the fun drinks today.
Yeah, we're refreshed.
I say water,
we're refreshed and they have water. That makes them something that yeah.
We're refresher.
You're hydrated and we're refreshed.
Yes, that's it. That's exactly right.
I don't know if refreshed is the word I should use, more like tipsy, but these are 8%. I've already had one.
Mine are 8% too. Of
sugar.
Vitamin C.
Workbench.
Mm-hmm.
One of these days, I'm just going to show up with an Arizona ginseng tea because that's my favorite. I'll just show up and I won't say anything and be like, hello. But yes, we are here. It is the penultimate episode of Drag Race España season 3. Well, not really, because there's a reunion next week, apparently.
There's what next week?
They said in 15 days we will find out the winner.
Oh,
so
maybe they'll do a reunion.
I think it's a reunion that they film before the finale, and then there's a finale.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Something like that. I don't know. We don't need to drag out this season any longer. Pitita's going to win. We'll talk about it. And I'm not mad at that. Let me make that very clear.
Let's hope so.
I'm not mad at it. Who knows at this point?
Who knows?
This is the rest of it. It's been kind of icky.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, Eve, if this is your first España video with us, go check out all of our other content. Eve has been marvelous as a newer addition to our lovely family here. But give us your thoughts on Drag Race España season 3 thus far. Overall thoughts.
Okay. Super quick, fast, and in a hurry. I think it got to a point where Drag Race España was really, really good. Like, this season ended up, like, I feel like that the penultimate episode, like the episode that really was just like, wow, this season was really good, was the, it was the runway where they were doing Your Biggest Fear.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And that one, it was just like everybody back to back were coming with these impressive runways and these strong stories, and they were fighting. And I was just like, this is great. And then for some reason, I have no idea what happened. Everything just kind of started spiraling downhill. And I honestly feel like that it happened once the Macarena went home.
Yeah.
Because I think the Macarena went home, and then after the Macarena is when everything started getting murky, because that's when Visa and Clover were in the bottom of the next episode. And then after that was when they brought everyone back. And I will say personally, my top 4 were going to be Pitita, Paquita, Vestia, and Clover.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's a perfect top 4.
Yeah.
That's
the way that ended up getting really, really, really thrown into a blender by the latter half of the season, I was just like, I don't even know if I want to watch this now. And this in itself, too, I feel like is part of a bit of production, but also at the same time, I think this really does harken to what a lot of people talk about when they go about All-Stars, and they talk about, eliminating the strongest competition early, so that way it's easier for somebody to win. I'm like, well, yeah, when that happens, then you end up with a boring season. For the entire rest of the season, and you have everyone sitting here questioning choices like, what is happening? I don't get any of this, even down to the elimination in this episode. I was like, okay, I was like, I feel like that there was already a course that was pre-designed for the latter half of the season, and we just kind of have been strapped in for the ride. And so this episode was
I've said it a few times, and I really enjoy this season that I'm going to compare season 3 of España to. It feels like season 7 a little bit. And I say that a lot because of the comparisons between like the Trixie comeback and the Kelly comeback, and how a lot of the wins felt like maybe they should have gone to maybe they went to the second or third best person of that week, when in reality it should have gone to someone else. And you end up with a winner who's not as satisfying in my personal opinion, and a top 3 that is not all that satisfying in my personal opinion. And that's kind of where it's like, do I like everyone in the top 4? Yeah. As people and as drag artists, I think they're good. But in this,
it's not a yes period. It's not a yes exclamation point. It's a yes question mark. Like,
it's more like a yes ... question mark. It's like,
don't forget the ellipses.
Don't forget the ellipses. Absolutely
it's an asterisk.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
It's not even a yes. It's a yeah. Like, I think we'll talk about the top 4. I think all of the top 4 are very talented. I think based on the performances in this season, 2 of them at least should not be in the top 4.
Mm-hmm.
I would say 3, but okay.
At 3, I can maybe justify.
Yeah.
but two for sure that I'm like, I just don't think, based on your performance in this season, you should be in the top 4.
Mm-hmm.
But
what's funny is the person that I would have saw rounding out the top 4 and being the top 5 is someone that I think was slept on extremely like hard throughout most of the entire season until they sent her home. And the craziest part is if who I would have wanted to win the comeback week would have actually won, Clover, she probably would have brought her back. And I think that would have been Visa.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I thought Visa did an amazing job during the first half of the season, and for some reason they continue to make her safe. And I was like, this doesn't make any sense to me. And then when I saw the comeback episode and how well Clover was doing, and Clover and Visa were supposed to be so cool, I was like, Clover's going to win this and bring Visa back. It's going to be perfect. And then when she didn't, I was like, no, wait, what's happening?
I said it that week, and I've said it since. There was no universe they were going to give Clover that win because they had already prescribed that Kelly Roller was going to come back. Because Kelly Roller is best friends with the Supreme and probably fucking the Hobbies or some bullshit. Like, I...
See.
But...
Yeah, and this is...
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
True.
This is when RuPaul drops the Spanish edition of Blame It on the Edit.
This is a season where Supreme holds her friends hostage in the season and forces them to the finale.
Right, because...
And it's never felt that way, and that's why I... Like, when Lana was starting to watch Drag Race, I was like, oh my god, España's coming up. Oh my god, I'm so excited for Lana to get good Drag Race, and it has been the worst season of España thus far.
And it's crazy because season 2 had, I feel like, some production pulls when it came to Sharon with certain things, but I still feel like it really gave us a good like Chirichi, like, oh my god, like goddess Chirichi, like her and herself just gave us the best TV. And then season 1 of España was really good,
amazing.
So it was like it was one of those where we were really excited for this season, and like it started out so great. And
I know.
Well, All Stars for España is next, so
maybe that's why they did this. Maybe they did this so that way they could knock out some strong people and bring them back for All Stars. Like, I don't know.
I'm not gonna comment because I know who's on España All Stars. So.
Oh wait, really? Is it anyone from the season?
Oh yeah.
There are some. I think choices on there, but it's mostly a very good cast.
Think everyone will be very thrilled with the majority of the casting choices for España All-Stars, allegedly. Allegedly.
Okay.
I'll give you the tea after. So, we come back, we start this episode. Bestia is gone, which I wasn't here last week. Eve obviously was not here last week. I watched y'all cover it, and I kind of agree with basically everything that was said. Why the fuck is Bestia gone? I don't get it. I thought when you were talking about someone who was slept on the whole competition, Eve, I thought you were talking about Bestia. Because that's how I feel. It's like, I feel like Bestia was good. I feel like Bestia was doing very, very well. And then all of a sudden, she's getting eliminated. It's like, why?
I feel like the Drag Race in a good amount of seasons have had this random thing where they'll have someone do good, but they won't let them fully shine. They'll kind of keep them in a safe spot, and then they'll randomly slip up one time, and then just boom, they're just randomly gone out of nowhere. And I'm like, I don't feel like that they were bad enough to just be gone out of nowhere. Like, I thought maybe you would have kept them or something. Like, it was just kind of weird.
Of recent, I think of that with Malaysia Baby Doll Fox. Honestly,
yeah.
That's honestly,
I felt that way with Marsha.
That too, Marsha as well.
I
felt like they kept Marsha safe a lot.
I have still not processed the fact that Bestia walked down that runway in that look, and they sent her home. It's still not processed. It's a week later, and another show is happening, and I've watched it, and I'm still like, I don't understand.
Well, and neither did the queens, Lana.
I was very much like, in what universe do we send someone who walked down the runway in that look, that perfection of a look, that was so on theme. That was the perfect amount of what you asked for. If you put it in the dictionary, what I asked for, that picture would have came up because that's what I asked for. That's what they asked for. And you still send that home over the mediocrity of Kelly Roller, who did nothing in that. Her apparently they hated her look on the runway. Hated her look. They hated
We liked it though.
I kind of was like, I don't see that much wrong with it, but it's okay.
I love it. I thought the concept was great.
I was
The
like,
execution wasn't all there for me.
Fair.
I mean, I didn't. What I saw today when I watched it again, I was like, oh, okay, that gold thing around the side that was a little like taped on, whatever. All right, but still, they hated the look, and then her lip sync was mediocre.
Can I say another thing? And I have an issue.
What? In what world does that happen? It doesn't make sense to me. Go ahead, Eve. I'm sorry. I had to get that out.
Can I say that I had the biggest issue with Kelly Roller this entire season wearing roller skates and barely skating? That's been extremely weird to me. It's like, okay, I like that you can walk in the skates, but did you bring any shoes? I'm confused. Why are you always walking in skates?
She wore skates on episode 1 for her runway.
She wore those.
She's worn them for a lot of the runway.
She wore them for mostly the majority of it. She wore those pair of pumps.
But I'm saying
she wore them in the acting challenge.
On the runway, she had one pair of black pumps that she wore once.
It was
on
that
the runway.
replica look she did episode 1.
And it was a horrible pair of shoes. She didn't even. Those were the worst shoes.
I just felt like that was the issue that I have a little bit with Kelly Roller, is because I've been paying attention. There's been a lot of runways and parts of the challenges where she's had skates on instead of shoes, but instead of skating, she's just walking. Skates. Which I'm like, okay, that's cute. You can do that, but like, I thought you were gonna be skating. Like
your name was Kelly Roller.
Like I thought you were gonna be lip syncing and skating while you were lip syncing. You're just eating these girls up, and you're just walking around and skating while you're lip syncing. And I'm like, what?
Walking.
It's just weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't add it. Because the point of you having skates is the fact that you're going to be skating. So it doesn't add anything to what your look is. You just have on shiny shoes with wheels on them. You know.
They're not even shiny. They're covered with whatever fabric she's wearing. Like, but yeah. So Bestia is gone. Vanya is beside herself, just like, why didn't they put me in the bottom? And we're all saying
we don't know.
We all said the same thing. Why didn't they put you in the bottom?
Clover going, I just can't believe Bestie is gone. I don't get it. And I'm like, me too, girl. The fuck, like,
girl, and all Clover can hear behind her is.
Oh no.
Exactly, like the hobbies behind her, like a fin. It's like,
oh my god! Wait, it's that meme of the door with death, and the death is just the hobbies.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
It's like Vista, Pitita, and Pinchadora.
Yeah, it's like the devil going to like each of the doors, and now it's going to Clover. And all the hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
We're making that meme. That's being made.
Oh, wait. We have to.
I'll make that.
Okay. So, yeah, Bestie is gone. Everyone's beside themselves. But we go back in the workroom the next day like nothing happened. And it's the semifinals. Woo.
Yeah.
And Supreme walks in looking like Supreme. And she looks great. And
I will say this. Supreme, that suit, darling.
That
was the kill one.
Most of the suits, as always, have been great. I love it.
For sure.
And my favorite part, honestly, is after the mini challenge. No, I think it was before the mini challenge. No, it was after. It was after the mini challenge when she left the workroom. If you saw like the back of her outfit, it had like this corset string like detail going all the way down the back of the back of the jacket. I was like, oh, I wish I would have saw more of that. Like it was a real quick clip before they went to commercial.
Work. But yeah, so the mini challenge is that we are participating in the tortilla challenge from TikTok.
I didn't even know what that was from. And I was like, what are they doing?
I'm on TikTok a couple hours a day. I hate saying that, but it's the reality of my situation. Like, what is this?
You say that as if you have no choice in the matter.
I have no choice. It's a prescribed hour and 30 minutes a day. I have to be on TikTok. I work in social media. It's just like, that's just what happens, unfortunately. It's like, I'm on there because I kind of have to. It is kind of a requirement.
Yeah. I'm not on TikTok because I'm over the age of 35.
Same.
Oh, I feel so attacked right now. I feel so attacked right now because
Lana is an age over 35 and one day because it was her birthday yesterday at the time of filming.
Mm-hmm. But I definitely will spend hours on TikTok. I feel very much attacked right by that statement. So thank you, Eve and David, for attacking me the day after my birthday.
It just means you're young at heart.
Welcome up the hill.
Well, I'm okay. Let's move on because
I do
have choice words for these two individuals after this show.
I love this panel because finally we have a cup panel where I'm the youngest and it feels correct by a margin of now almost 10 years, I think. And I'm like, that's fine with me. But yeah, this was stupid.
This was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It was a waste of time.
It was a waste of time. I was like, sure, great. It was dumb.
Good for her. I love a competitive queen, and Pitita is competitive. You can tell.
But I will say this, Pitita, you're amazing, because I would have slapped the hell out of
Hornella
for spitting in my face.
Right?
When she spit in her face, I was like, "Girl, you good?" Because I would have slapped the hell out of you. That would have been
me.
It would not been with the tortilla or the pancake. I would have slapped her so hard. Like, how dare you?
Thinking about New York and pumpkin.
That was the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, Pitita, you good, girl? Because I would have been like, oh no, I'm gonna get put off the show because I'm about to beat her down.
Yeah.
Now, did they make Pitita keep the same liquid in her mouth the whole time?
Yep.
Jaws was probably tired.
Probably. You know that was tasting funky near the end.
It was gross.
Well, according to her, she had a lot of practice, so I have faith in my girl.
I mean, she said it.
Hello. What she said she don't like the stuff that come after. I said, ooh.
I said, ooh.
Well,
that's very much my meme. Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
And I.
Ooh.
The only issue that I had with the mini challenges, it was one of those, for me, like one of those dumb nonsensical mini challenges where there isn't like an actual real like winner, but then that person who doesn't win has so much control over what happens in the mini challenge. I'm just
I normally love these mini challenges. I'm like, I love the dumb stupid ones. Like, give me more dumb stupid ones, just not this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like All Stars 2, when they have the thing and they have to put the ball into the hole, like the golf thing.
Oh yeah.
That was dumb and stupid in the best way.
Like, I miss the puppets mini challenges. Like, they haven't done the puppet mini challenges in a while.
My favorite mini challenge to this day is from season 11 when they did the potato sack race, but just they do the slow motion and just everyone's tits are jiggling, but then Evie's injured, so she just has to like stand in place and like bounce around. I'm like, can we have like, that's the level of stupid I want. But regardless, the maxi challenge for the week is the makeover challenge. We are making over cleaning people. Custodians, janitors, janitorial
sanitation
staff,
workers.
Sanitation workers.
They need the love too. I love that.
Oh, absolutely. And turn them into princesses.
And
only one of them is a woman. So, you know, they brought in that one woman.
And ironically, well, not ironically, but unironically, it wasn't the one of them that actually had been doing drag for 9 years.
Right.
I said,
oh,
for 9 years, you said? 9 years you've been doing this? 9 years. It was in reverse dog years, because okay.
Well, but I was like, I love that there's one cis woman that they brought in, and I'm like, I figured they were hoping that she would end up with Clover.
I was.
And then
I was too.
Finding out about Sandra, I'm like, I wish she had been with Clover.
But you honestly know what? Something makes me think if they would have put her with Clover, then Clover would have possibly ended up winning, and that would not have worked out well for production.
And that was not what they wanted to happen.
That's why they did not give it to Clover.
Yeah, so they're going through. We find out all of the interesting facts, such as what we just alluded to. And then everyone's getting in drag, because that's what happens in this episode. And we get a guest appearance.
One thing I wanted to quickly talk about was the fact that Clover shaved the eyebrows of her person, and they just made it such like a small thing in the episode. Like, yeah, I shaved his eyebrows, and I'm remembering
Svadia.
Yes, and it was such a big deal.
It was literally. It was 10. Did you watch Drag Race España, Eve?
Sweden.
Oh, no.
Okay, so there's the makeover episode on Sweden. There's the queen that wins the challenge. Her partner, they talk for, I'm not exaggerating, 10 minutes of this hour and a half episode about shaving off his eyebrows. It's like 7 minutes to start, and then when they're actually doing his makeup, she's like, so are we doing it? And he's like, yeah, we're doing it. So they freak out. It's literally like another 5 minutes of like doing it. They literally tell the whole process, and it's obviously because she wins the challenge. But
you get so invested in it as a viewer.
Oh, it's a whole saga. I'm like,
it's
is
amazing.
he gonna shave his eyebrows or not? Like, it's
they just glossed over it.
Watch Svadia. It is one of the best premiere seasons of a franchise, period. And I stand by that. It's such a good season.
It's a good season.
I never know why people make a huge deal over shaving eyebrows. I just never have noticed it. And the thing is I don't shave mine to do drag, or I don't really cover I use my natural brows to do drag. I just have a lot of eye space, so it works for me. But I have shaved my brows before to do certain looks and stuff, but it's never been one of those things where I'm just like, it's the equivalent with some of these people is like America's Next Top Model, you're cutting the girl's hair off. And I'm just like, it's not that. It's like 15 to 16 strands, little wispy strands of hair that are going to grow back in a week. Yeah, I promise you, it's not that big of a deal. Like, if you're ugly without eyebrows, you're probably ugly with them. So,
yeah.
Just saying.
The only other thing in the workroom of note is guest appearance, guest judge, co-host of a season we're very excited to talk about very soon, Drag Race Mexico, Valentina.
Baby. Valentina came in. And what she's giving for me, I'm living for right now, because I don't know if I told you guys or not, but I just recently was in a little festival that they have in Chicago in Andersonville called Midsummer Fest. And it's like big, because the area has Swedish roots. And so it's a big like queer Swedish kind of festival. And so the look that I went out in was this very like pink on pink on pink on pink look, where it was like a lot of the same, somewhat shades of the same color as like gloves and a dress and matching tights and matching shoes and all of that together. And I've just been loving that monochromatic aesthetic. And so when Valentina came out with the red dress and the red like tights underneath it and the shoes, and it was just, I was like, oh, I love that she was doing that. Like, it was just very, very chic and very sleek and very forward. And I was like, I'm going to be very excited to see what her runway looks are going to look like for the season. Like, I'm going to be very happy to see when she is like on the judges panel, because I bet she's going to look amazing every single time.
We only have a week to wait. And
every single time. I already know the looks are going to be amazing.
This was totally her audition for Mexico, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It really was. It really was.
Well,
I'm very interested to see what kind of judge she's going to be. Is she going to be like a funny judge, or is she going to be like more like precise and like, you know,
I
like
think
analytical?
that's why Lolita is there to be the funny judge.
And they'll kind of like balance each other out.
I think it's a perfect balance, honestly.
Okay.
I just love Lolita as well.
Me
Like, I'm just
too.
so thrilled that she's getting her flowers that she so rightly deserves and did not get from Drag Race France. But yeah, there's nothing other workroom stuff that I particularly want to talk about. We can just talk about the looks.
Right.
So
I mean,
before
I think this was just them trying to give the Emmy. They want the award because they was all the emotional stories and all the things was happening in this episode. This was very much the this is emotional. We're in the semifinals. Just to give everybody stories and stuff. But it was all right.
Yeah. So as always, we are not showing the hobbies. But we are showing Supreme and Ada Locking and Valentina.
This is one of my favorite Supreme looks of the season.
I was about to say that. I was like, she looks amazing today. And Valentina just slayed the boots down all around and took everybody's house down with her. That outfit is amazing. Her face is amazing. She looks so good. Like, Supreme is looking great in that outfit.
Yeah.
But standing next to Valentina is like, ooh, you don't want to do that. Put the other girl in the middle. She's outshining.
Don't not talk about Anna Locking though, because
She's
Anna
cool.
She's great. This is not.
She's standing next to
This
Valentina
is not the
and
standout
Supreme.
this time.
No.
Right. This is the most.
Put her in the middle.
This is the most subdued I've seen Anna Locking this season.
In a very long time, yeah.
Like, she needs to be in the middle of that so she can be.
Well, no, I was going to say Anna and Supreme look like Valentina's evil stepsisters. Like, that's kind of a little bit of the but in like a positive stepsister way, where they both just look glamorous in black.
Now, Valentina showing off her natural hair in this and in the workroom.
I believe it's a natural hair, probably with a piece attached at the back.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're going to get a lot of that in Mexico.
I'm interested to see what Valentina's workroom looks look like, because I know she's been, out of drag, presenting a lot more femme as of recent.
I'm excited for that. Workroom.
I don't know what her gender identity is looking like these days, and we support whatever she's doing. But I'm very interested to see what her workroom looks from Lolita and Valentina. I'm thrilled. I cannot wait. I'm so excited.
You can tell we're ready to move on to a different season.
You can tell we are very, very ready to move on to Mexico.
For me, with my hope of Valentina and her workroom looks, I just really want to see some real sickening hats. Like, I just really want to see something makes me feel like she's going to give me sickening hats and berets and stuff.
I want a beret. I definitely want a beret.
I'm very ready. I'm very ready.
Yeah. So first up, we have Hornella Gongora and Hortensia Gongora.
I wasn't ready for that.
I didn't think that was going to start us off. Oof.
I'm sorry.
We
just have to get rid of the worst one first.
Bring out those chopsticks.
I'm about to say,
I'm like, you're going to need to leave the chopsticks up for most of this review of
Yeah,
it's like Romy and Michelle.
Romy and Michelle. Yes. Oh my god.
Oh god.
This was so bad. Everything about this was bad.
Everything is bad.
The hair, the face, the dress, the shoes, everything is bad. Oh,
I'm not gonna say that. Like,
hair is not bad.
I don't mind
that.
The hair
I will say the hair isn't bad. The rest I can agree with.
I'm just wondering what she did with her time, because this couldn't have taken more than 5 minutes.
And I think what I hate the most is the fact that even if you separated both of the dresses, neither of them look good individually. They just weren't cute dresses.
What and why is this velvet panel attached mid-waist on Hortensia? Like,
and why can't you see the whole like petticoat like slip part of like Hornella's, like it's supposed to be like a tulle underskirt, but it's not. It's
honestly, take off the tulle underskirt, take off the velvet panel, and honestly, it wouldn't be atrocious. It wouldn't be great.
No. It would.
And
It
you know
would be
something that I'm
atrocious still.
noticing, and something that I'm noticing on Hornella's partner's dress is where that panel is. If you see right in the middle, she has some blue tools sticking
Yeah.
out. So for
Yeah.
me, I'm kind of like, so if you would have taken that panel off, would it at least make the
Ornella
dresses
has a
look
panel
like
too.
they matched?
Ornella
Yeah.
has the panel too. It's that dark
But
red.
it's just
dark
not
pink.
in the front, or it's not coming
Right.
around the front like the other one is.
I think it's
Yeah,
just the
that's
angle that they're
weird.
at.
They're both facing front though.
Well, one's more facing to the left and one's more facing to the right. So
I
Both
just love
panels need to go. They're both ugly
yeah.
panels.
so
I'll
does the
agree with
tool.
that.
So does the
I agree
dress.
with that.
I just love that Ornella was already in a 2-inch dance heel because she knew she was going to be in the bottom.
Baby.
Like,
Mm.
I'm gonna
boy.
say this is a bottom 5 makeover look I've ever seen.
Of all time.
Yes,
Very much so.
Yeah.
if not bottom 1.
Lala Ree could
No.
have put a whole nother person and herself in gift bags, and they still would have looked better than this.
No, I was going to say Nina Bonina Brown's makeover it exists.
There was effort there. There's no effort here.
I'll agree. I really don't feel like that there's any effort there.
I
in
have a
that.
score
And, like,
ready to give.
I love Hornella, but the one thing I hated as well too is when she was in the back and she was saying, and she felt really personally attacked by the Javi, saying that it seemed like she was giving up. And I was like, I love you, Hornella, and you've done very decently well this season, especially
Yes.
with your runways. I feel like your runways have come to be some very strong runways over the
that
past
hair,
like
that
the last
sculptured
ones.
hair for the wig runway. Like, hello.
Yes,
Mhm.
the one that she the My Biggest Fears runway that she did with the HIV with the roses and like all of these things have been really good. This looks like a complete step backwards. So it's like I don't feel like they're attacking you or anything, baby. It's like it does seem like this is the episode right before the finals and you're running out of steam. And we hate that, you know, but
Yeah.
that is honestly how it looked.
I'm ready to score.
Me
Okay. Yeah, me too.
Eve, I'm going to need those chopsticks, baby.
Yeah, you get them.
It's a plead, and I love you, Ornella. I really do. You've been one of my favorites this season, but it is a plead. I'm gonna pull a Brooke. This is a broken cup.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very fair.
yeah.
I too plead. No context needed to give. It was just bad.
No context needed to provide. Don't worry.
Well, I don't plead because they'd have to be like completely naked for me to plead. Like they forgot to put
Well,
on
Valentina did do that.
but she looked great.
Yes.
This is going to get my lowest score I've ever given, which is a 3.
Oh, wow.
The reason why this is so hard for me is because I honestly feel like out of anybody in this season, if there was a miscongeniality, it would be Hornella. And I really like her.
You can do it.
I'm going to say
You can and you will.
You can and you will. Who are you voting to evict? I'm kidding.
I'm gonna say I have to give it a 15.
Okay.
Okay.
I respect that.
I'm gonna give it a 15.
Mm-hmm.
Well, next up, we're moving to Clover and Currently Bish. Let's start with the positives here, everyone. Clover looks great.
Yeah, very cute.
Yeah.
Clover is gorgeous.
She looks gorgeous.
What happened?
She does not know how to make the dress for that person. She doesn't know how to make clothes for a very a large man. She does not know how to make a dress for someone who is
Not
built,
her stature.
not her stature, built like a a bulldozer. He's built like a bulldozer. This is a man who is a hefty, girthy man, and she does not know how to make clothes for that. She was like, "I'm going to drape some fabric around this person and hope for the best and cinch it up at the waist." And it's like, yeah, you can't do that. You really can't do that to a person of that size because then it comes out looking like that. And this, I just feel like Clover was just very not prepared to make an outfit for someone of that size and of that stature. And that's unfortunate. But you do what you can, and that's what she could. And it's not great, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree. It kind of reminds. I don't know if you all have ever gone to the store and bought some yarn, and you know how like the yarn has like this tape kind of in the middle that's holding it together. That's what her person kind of looks like right now. Like, but what I did really appreciate about this was Clover listened to his story, found out about what he's been through, and wanted to incorporate that into the concept. And even right here, you can really see that roll, that golden roll of toilet paper that she's holding. And I think that's adorable. And I thought that was very thoughtful of her. So she is just great.
Yes.
This look is not.
Look is not great, but she's amazing.
Yeah. I'm not the happiest with this look. I think honestly the one thing that I hate the most about this entire thing is there is a terminology of wigs or a term used for certain styles of wigs, very prevalent in Southern pageant drag culture, and they're known as rooted wigs. This is very much a long time ago before lace fronts became very readily available to all drag queens. Queens would basically take the front area of a wig and tease it, and then spray it, and then lay it flat, and continue to do this over and over and over again until it makes this hard front situation that was supposed to mimic the hair coming straight out of your head, but it always looked very like I don't know. It was very helmet, very French fry, very. I don't like the front of that wig. The front of that wig for me looks horrible. It just it does nothing for her face but make her look like she's wearing something that is not her hair. Like it looks very much apparent that she has like a hair hat on that does not look like it's growing out of her scalp. And then with the rest of the outfit together, it very much seems like she put herself in drag, which kind of is a bad assessment to make when you have a professional drag queen standing next to you who's the one who actually did it. It was like she looks like she just did it herself. I also too like the gold toilet paper is like a kind of harken back to like her story, but I feel like that I wish she should have sold it a little bit differently so that the story came across better. Like, yeah, I honestly feel like that Baby Clover shouldn't have walked out with the toilet paper like visible before. And then after she made, her throw away the real toilet paper, she just randomly brought out of nowhere this golden roll of toilet paper, and that would have continued it. But I think Clover was walking out with the toilet paper like in her hands, and you can see it through the whole time. So it was kind of like, okay, you're giving her your toilet paper. Like it didn't come fully across like I feel like she wanted for it to. So this was
yeah.
It sucks because it's like I wanted to defend it. I wanted Clover in the top 4 really, really bad, but this did not make it easy for me to defend her. So
the whole time I was watching this walk down the runway, this was my reaction.
Oh no!
Just sad twerk. I'm just like, oh, God. What I will say, I think the draping. There was draping. I actually think the draping of the top part of the garment on, what was her makeover's name? Curcuma. I think the draping on the top part of Curcuma actually looks pretty nice. It's not bad by any means. I think, honestly, she could have just gotten away with that and like a pencil skirt, and I think it would have been okay. but we're trying to do the draping in the bottom, under the corset, with the high-low on the side. Like, it doesn't all come together.
And the bottom for me seems very unfinished, almost like the top part. Right, like the very top part looks like it, like you said, it was like crafted more, but it does seem like it was possibly like one piece of fabric that was just very crafted nicely at the top.
Oh,
but
this
then
is one
the
piece
bottom
of
it
fabric
just
she cut.
Yeah, she just let the bottom hang down however it hung, and then that's why it looks like weird.
Are we ready for scores?
Yeah.
It's a 40.
I want to give it more, but I can't.
Me too.
Because I love Clover. But it's definitely like... it's a 35.
Yeah, I wish I was just judging Clover's look.
Right, because it'd be so much higher.
It'd probably be a 70. But
so
I'm mainly going to score the makeover look because that's what the challenge is. I'm going to have to give this a 20.
I'm going to say, since the maximum score is 100, and half of the duo looks really great, I'm going to cheat and give her a 50.
That's fine.
That's what I wanted to give her, but I was like,
that's fine.
I really wanted to say 50.
It's 50 for Clover and 0 for her partner. But
that's fine.
It's still as an average of 50.
That's fine. Oh. So next up is Pitita and Noah.
What the hell?
Just
Noah. Exactly. Noah. No. A Noah.
I
agreed with you. No. This outfit, absolutely a Noah. It's a Noah.
Really?
I agree with you, Eve. I didn't like it.
Oh,
I did not like Noah's outfit at all. It was one of those.
Oh, I like it.
I love Pitita to death, and I love Pitita's outfits. But for me, it was one of those kind of things where it looks like Pitita made her outfit, and the other outfit was just homemade.
I kind of think that's how they all were. I think they all made the makeover looks there.
It seems like
I know, but the thing is that Pitita has we've seen the things that Pitita can make there, and if Pitita still has the capability to make what she was wearing, I feel like that I wish I wouldn't have saw what it looks like somebody was putting something together from a design challenge.
Yeah.
Like that looks like they gave her a whole bunch of random fabrics and was like, hey, this is a Gone with the Window challenge. Make a dress out of this. This doesn't look like something Pitita herself would wear. That's why I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, you made that? Okay. We've seen you make some amazing things, and that just looks very, very ill-fitting, I feel like.
I disagree. I enjoy the makeover look. I think Pitita's look is phenomenal. I love that the fabrics are swapped on each side of her dress. I don't think the tulle underneath was necessary, honestly, or the exposed tulle. I think honestly she could have
fairy
gone
godmother.
with that. Well, yeah, she could have gone for that like Dior new look length, and I think it would have been really nice. I think the garment on Noah it looks fine for me. I like that there's the big peplum with the lined skirt on the bottom. I think the length is a little bit questionable. I don't think it's the worst thing I've ever seen. I will say the makeup job on Noah is not forgivable.
For me, I was very, very upset over the fact that they led out the entire competition and being like, I am not a novice to wearing heels. I've actually done drag for about 8 to 9 years. And we're thinking, okay, we're finna see two just bad bitches just stomping down the runway, hitting poses, pop, showing angles. Was the last time that this baby was in drag, was it 9 years ago?
Go.
Because, child, they say sometimes it's like riding a bike. I don't know. They put the trainer wheels on again for that baby because that was a little bit of a struggle bus.
Her ankle is literally buckling on the left. Like, if you notice, her ankle is literally buckling.
She'll be like, "Oh, I used to do drag for about 8 to 9 years, and it was her in flats doing bingo." And we're like, "Oh, okay, girl. So you weren't like high kicking it and splitting and stuff."
She was wearing a Mistress Isabel Brooks shoe.
I will say I didn't hate this. I didn't love it, but judging on the curve of what this makeover was, I thought this was decent and second best of the night for me.
I was going to say, unfortunately, this is the second best of the night.
Yeah, my issues with the look of the person she made over is mainly that the top of the skirt part, you can tell like there's more fabric than there is body there, so it's kind of folding in a bit. But what I did like is how this looked when she was walking on the runway with the train kind of flowing and expanding out. I do wish it was a different color on the inside. That I don't know. It could have been a better fabric that really highlighted the whole garment. But
I think that's one of the main things for me too. Is like the inside color panel on that train doesn't go with anything else that like either of them are wearing. It just kind of sticking out of nowhere, and I'm like, why wasn't that like a lilac-y purple to go with the top trim of her dress? You know what I mean? Or maybe maybe Pitita's tulle under her skirt could have been more of a lilac-y purple, so that way it could have pulled both of their purples together or something. I don't know, but yeah, I don't like that inner lining on that train.
What do you think, Lana?
I don't like it that much. It's not. I don't hate it. I just don't like it. I feel like we've seen so much better from Pitita that I feel like
and Pitita,
but we've seen so much better from Pitita, and I feel like
least impressive look.
I wanted what I've seen, and it felt like we didn't get the Pitita that we know and love and that we fell in love with at the beginning of the season and throughout the season. And then for you to make over someone, and even if this is the dress that Pitita brought with her, like I don't know if she made this here or not, or if she got it brought and then just got more fabric to make the makeover dress there. I feel like she had that dress. It looks, because like I feel like Pitita looks good. And I feel like the same thing we said about Clover. Clover looks good. Pitita looks good because they had the outfit there. It was ready. It was, it looks. But if you're going to make over someone and you look so spectacular, you got to give them that same courtesy, and you should do that. And that dress is just not fitting her well. That lining, we all talked about the lining. I don't even like the little ruffles at the top of the. It's just, It's just. I feel like too much when it's too busy. Like edit down, because Pitita's dress is very simple, and the only thing that is like is that tulle at the bottom. I felt like it's just too much, too busy on Noah's dress for me. It was just a little too busy. Like if you would have edited down that peplum, that train, it's just too much. It was just too much.
I wish I knew why she put a train on that dress. Why does she have a train and Pitita doesn't? I don't get that.
I think that was her attempt to make her kind of stand out more because it's something bigger.
Okay. I got
that's
you.
My thought.
And then Noah, you drag queen, you did drag for 9 years, and you was tippy-toeing around on that stage like that and following.
Right.
I felt like they should have been the ones that would have worked that stage better than anybody. Like they could have came down together, split up, did their thing, bow, bow, look at me, bam, bam, and then went back together, womp, womp, and then turned around and made it. Like he was tippy-toeing around and struggling on that stage. And I'm like, what was the whole purpose of you telling us you did drag for 9 years if you ain't gonna do drag at all? Like,
I was so unintentionally rude when he said that. And he said, "Oh, I've been doing drag for 9 years or something." And he came out and said, "Oh, here they come." And he started walking in the runway. I said, "For 9 years?" I was like, "Oh, he must be one of them booger queens."
He was a sporty queen. He just did drag in gym shoes and tennis shoes this whole time, apparently. Because, baby, no.
Okay, girl.
You did not do that. Not the way he was tipping around on that stage in them shoes. No, I ain't gonna believe that.
No, this is Rue walks better than that, and Rue barely does drag. Rue don't even do home makeup. Like Rue barely does drag. Come on. Yeah, it's just that's for me. I feel like the biggest thing is, and also I feel like I said, Pitita kept like toting that of like, I make all of my own clothes. I've made everything that I've worn since I've been here. So, you're going to be wearing something that's absolutely fabulous. And I'm thinking she's going to be in this full ball gown or something like this. And I'm just like, the skirt needs to be either higher or lower. I don't like the silhouette.
I mean, the wigs are nice.
Earlier, the wigs are nice.
The wigs are nice.
Said earlier, I would say it's probably my least favorite look that Petita's done this season for me.
I agree.
For me, yeah, agreed. Okay, well, scores, I guess.
Let's go this way.
I'm gonna give her a 70.
I'm giving it a 50.
I'm gonna give her a 52.
I'm gonna give her a 60.
Sure.
Kelly Roller, and I don't even remember what her makeovers. I'm pulling it up.
Ariel and Ursula.
Literally. Nellie Moeller.
Haria and Ursula. That's their names. Ariel and Ursula. Ariel the mermaid and Ursula the sea witch. That's their names.
This may be a hot take, but I actually kind of like what Kelly's wearing. I like the color. I thought it was a good shape for her.
David, I'm unfollowing you. I'm unfollowing you right now. Hold on, let me go do that right now.
I think the other look, though, is atrocious. And the worst part is where this skirt stops. It's like in purgatory, where it kind of lands and it just kind of hovers above
on Kelly's
her
or
shoes.
on...
No, the other person.
On Nellie's.
Oh. Nellie.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Nellie. It
Lana,
just
speak on it, darling.
really bothered me.
I mean, yeah, I think it's the complete opposite for me. I feel like Kelly looks atrocious right now. Like that dress is horrible.
You're not getting the whiz from that?
No,
this is the most low-rent version of Miss One. Don't you dare disrespect her.
I'm about to say, don't you dare give me that. Not on Beyonce's internet. Oh, you gonna talk about the whiz like that? That is
because I honestly was about to say she looks like a low-rent version of Miss One, and the minute she said the whiz, I said, "Don't you dare disrespect her like that."
Don't you
dare.
That's disrespectful.
That is rude. By the way, The Wiz is coming back to Broadway. Thank you in 2023 and 2024.
Let's go.
I will be going.
Oh my God.
I will be going. But
are we going together, Lana?
Look, you can
I'm
come
ready.
with me or not, but I'm going.
I'm ready.
Can you feel a brand new day?
I will. But I feel like Kelly, if she would have took off them damn roller skates, I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Y'all know I don't curse a lot. But if you didn't take off them damn roller skates, this skirt probably would have been better. And this dress probably would have... To have this dress stop where it stops is rude. Wrong. You either win... And it's wrinkly and it's ill-fitting. And what is the cape behind it for? Like, really, the best thing about this outfit is their hair. Period. I love the hair. Love the hair. That's the only thing I like about either of their looks. But like, I felt like the other girl, at least her dress was giving something. It was the sequence. It was something. It was a ball. It was something. Kelly's looked like an old 80s bridesmaid dress that you burn after because the bride made you wear it because they didn't want you to upstage them. That is the worst. That is super ugly. And I don't like it. The makeover dress is not great. It's not even good, but it's better than Kelly's.
No way.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not going to say Kelly's outfit is cute. No kind of way. She is mediocre at best in everything she has done since she's been mediocre. Back. It's not cute at all. It's nothing cute about being mediocre. There's nothing cute about being mediocre. Cute about mediocre. There's nothing.
Kelly Roller looks like a thrift store version of Jessica Wilde right now.
Walmart version.
Wish.
I don't understand.
Wish version.
I don't understand why she's wearing skates. I don't understand why the skates are the color of Timberland boots.
Right.
I don't understand why Nelly looks like Tamala Man.
Don't disrespect my mother, Tamala Man, like that. Don't do that.
I don't. It's
Take me to the king. Don't do it.
It's a lot of one. It's a lot of. When we talk about questionable judging and things like that, the fact that like someone like Kelly Roller, quote unquote, no pun intended, has been able to skate away with some of this mediocre mess. And I guess, I don't know, her redeeming factor is that she's got a cute personality and a deep throat. I don't know what it is.
Her redeeming factor is that she's been best friends with Supreme for years.
It's just it's not good.
And y'all, the unfortunate part about this was the third best pairing of the evening.
I sure thought so. And I do think so far of what we've seen, this gives me fairy godmother more than anybody else.
I will agree with that.
I will agree with that as well.
It gives me high school version of fairy godmother school drama play.
But it still does give it to a bit of an
drama play.
Something makes me think that I would have preferred it more if the silhouette of Nelly's dress was Kelly's dress. The colors could still be the same. But if Kelly's dress was more Nelly's silhouette, where it was bigger and it had all this sequin ball gown part at the bottom, and she still had the cape and stuff, I feel like it would give way more fairy godmother and it would look a lot more extravagant. Kelly's look just looks so plain to me.
Yeah.
So plain. Like very, very, very plain.
Can we at least acknowledge that the shape of that dress that Nelly is wearing is like so misshapen? It is not how it needed to be.
I don't know what's happening with the top of that.
I don't know what happened. I mean, the dress is not great.
I think it's just gathered fabric.
Is the skirt under it?
I think so.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So is it two pieces? Is it a top and then the sequin skirt, or is it all connected?
It looks like it's two pieces, but I don't know. All I know is it's bad. It's not good. Neither one of them look good. I don't understand the praise that they got, but okay, whatever.
I love that Kelly was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be safe!" Like, that's the standard of what makes her happy, is just knowing, oh, I'm third best of the night.
One redeeming thing I'll say about everything that I've seen with this look right here, Kelly's makeup does look good.
Kelly's makeup has always looked good.
Kelly looked pretty.
I will say their performance on the runway was maybe the best. The performance of the look, I thought, was really well done. I thought they both played into it equally. I thought Nelly really sold it. Where a lot of the makeovers just did not sell it. I thought Nelly really sold it and put her all into it. So I think that has something to do with the judging and also Kelly's deep throat, I guess.
Sure.
Are we ready for scores? I'm gonna give it a 50.
Well, 30. Still didn't like it.
Okay. I'm surprised. Your score's higher than mine. But in honor of Mo Hart, I'm 26. If anybody remembers that reference, it's a 26.
Oh, yes, I do.
Okay.
Kelly Roller, you're getting a. How many girls have been in the competition? How many girls were in the competition?
13.
13.
13, and she went home 8th.
She went home 9th
she went
originally. Or 9th originally. 10th originally. Yeah, 10th originally.
You were 13.
13.
So,
worse than Hornella? Oh, never mind. I thought that was your score.
No, I'll give her a 10 because she was originally 10.
Still worse than Hornella. Okay.
And there's a reason I ended with this, because Vania and I don't remember, Natia, this is everything.
This was easy.
What do you mean?
This would do safe on a U.S. season.
You're not wrong, but I really enjoy it.
This was easy. This was easy.
I will agree, though. Out of everyone's look, this one at least looks the most clean and the most concise.
Not
clean.
I'm not saying
precise,
it was bad.
Concise, organized. To quote Alyssa Edwards.
I'm just saying she had a very easy makeover to do. And
I will give her benefit of the doubt for making her dress, though.
No, the dress is amazing.
Yeah, because they had to make all of their people, all their makeover looks there. So
I
actually
wouldn't say that this was. I would disagree with you, Lana. I wouldn't say this is easy because Sandra was a bitch, and I loved it. She was a hard ass on Vania, and I think Vania really stepped up from where she could have been.
I mean, to be fair, I watched their interaction, and then I kind of like zoned out of all the talking. So I don't really know. When I saw them, but I'm not saying she was she was an easy client. No, because that's not the case. I'm just saying this dress is beautiful. By the way, I love the dress. I think this is my favorite look of the night. I will give it that. It was my favorite look of the night. When she walked down the road, I was like, beautiful. And then the fact that Vania is wearing a pantsuit with the matching patterns on the tops and the bottoms, I was like, love it. I'm here for it. Is it pants or is it a skirt? Is it pants? I don't know.
It's a skirt.
Not as pants. It's a skirt. It's a skirt. Well, it's still the fact. It looked. I wish it was pants. That would have made it even better. But it looks good, and I think this is the best I think Vania has looked for me this season. I'm like, she looks so good. I was like, okay, I like it. I just said it was easy because it's just easy to make a beautiful gown with a woman with all who you don't have to, who is a smaller woman. You don't have to come up with different ways to hide and drape the fabrics. In that aspect, this was an easy makeover, but she did it so well, and she complimented and I agree with the judges on this one. She made sure that her makeover was the star of that runway, and she was muted but still looked fabulous. And so I agreed with that. I still think it was easy, but I think she took advantage of that, which I don't blame her. And it was amazing, and they looked fabulous on that runway. My favorite look of the night was them.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not going to hold it against her that she had a woman, and it may have been easier. Would we be saying that if Clover had the woman? Would we say this?
Yes, it was easy. Yes, it would be easy because you don't have to teach this woman how to walk in heels, and she's not.
That's not always the case.
Yeah, so not always.
I mean, I'm not. Look, most of us women know how to walk in some heels, and if you don't know how to walk in some heels, that is your problem for being so misguided. Just saying.
Oh, because trust and believe.
Oh, I done seen some women who don't know how to.
But also at the same time, women can be very funny when it comes to what they even describe as a heel. Some of them will think that the 2 peanuts stacked on top of each other is a heel, and I'd be like, no, baby.
Mistress Isabel Brooks.
I mean, if you got
James Mansfield.
Look here. If you carrying up some weights on the tops and your knees ain't as good, them 2 little kitten heel is the best I can do. And because right now that is what I can work with is some kitten heels. You put a kitten heel on me, baby, I'm gonna rock it. But you put some stilettos on me, I'm be like, not with my knees, not the way my knees set up. Absolutely not. So I ain't gonna judge no girl putting on them kitten heels. Walk on with your kitten heel, girl. Cat walk. But yeah.
I agree that I like the fact that I think Vania more than anyone else really highlighted the person that she was doing the makeover on and made the person that she was doing the makeover on almost look like the star of the entire thing. I feel like that it's been kind of weird that I feel like I've heard critiques from judges before in US seasons where they punished some of the girls for doing that though.
Yeah.
I feel like that I randomly remember in some seasons that they kind of got mad at some of the girls and being like, well, yeah, you're supposed to make her over, but at the end of the day, you're the one competing. So it was,
Lucy?
Maybe it was Lucy, and maybe that was the most recent person that they said that to.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've heard that a couple of times before, where they
you just wanted
we love
to
you,
play
Luz.
Yeah.
I do think this specific theme called for kind of propping up the girls since they were the fairy godmother and the princess. So,
and I think what it possibly could have been is I think with some of the makeovers they'll have like one person be supposed to be breaking over the other, like a godmother and goddaughter or whatever, but then some of them it's just like that's your twin, that's your family resemblance. So I think in that retrospect they don't want one to be stepping over the other. They want you both to be on the same even level. So maybe that's the reason why that. But I felt like when I heard that critique, I was like, I feel like I've heard that critique given to some girls have done makeovers before, but it was bad, and that's why I was like,
I want to say that they gave that critique to Jocelyn Fox on the Lost episode of season 6 of Drag Race.
No, that's the one where she went home. They both look horrible.
Well, yeah, because she didn't have any makeup for darker skin tones because they took it all out when they took out Trinity.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Did you not hear that, T?
No, I did not.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, after Trinity was eliminated on season 6, they got rid of all of the Anastasia Beverly Hills makeup for darker skin tones, which is why Jocelyn's makeover partner looks so ashy.
That's so whack.
That's
that's also why that episode of Drag Race is no longer available on any streaming platforms.
Plus, some of the problematic things he was saying.
Well, the husband sued, but he was also incredibly homophobic and was forced to be there because he cheated on his wife.
What?
We could do a whole episode on that episode of Drag Race because it's a lot. I'll give you all the full tea later, but if you want to know the full tea, just Google it, honestly.
Wow. I'm still getting Alexis Mateo from her, though.
Bam.
Funny. Bam.
I'm ready for scores.
Yeah.
Same.
I think this is a lovely ensemble. It's going to receive a 90.
It is lovely. I like it. It was going to get an 85 from me.
I'm going to go with a 73.
And in the words of Miss Jujubee as Eartha Kitt, I will give it a sensible 74.
I love that. That is one of the favorite things I've learned since I love that since I've been a sensible 74. I love that.
Watching it when she did it, we all just we were like, oh my god.
Well, it's interesting because Eartha Kitt was done 3 times on Snatch Game so far, and it's like, the first one was great, the second one was fine, and the third one was Jujubee, and it was just
insane. It was just great. It was so good.
But so we get the results, and we find out that the winner of the challenge, rightly so, is Vania. There was no one else that could win this challenge.
Right.
So,
although, part of me thought they might give it to Pitita.
Surprise! The
Could
winner
you
should have
imagine
been
5
Pink
wins?
Shadora. No, I'm kidding.
I kind of would have been
Winner
here
should have
for it.
been Maria Delia.
I would have cracked up if they gave it to Pitita, and I wouldn't have been
The
mad.
winner should have been La Macarena.
Oh, you know, if Macarena hadn't gone home up until this point, this is the episode she would have been eliminated.
To be honest with you, that's something that I will say because I didn't get a chance to really say anything that much about Macarena because I hadn't been here for a lot of the earlier part of the season.
Yeah.
But I had been noticing so many people giving her flack and everything on this show about her makeup. And I thought her makeup looked great. I really
Her
liked
skin tone was a little bit questionable the first couple of episodes, but then she got it together for me.
I was like, she's painted. She's painted very well.
She has improved 20
Yeah.
folds since season 1.
Yeah.
But
It was one that would have been very funny if she would have made it to the makeover challenge and she would have actually won it. We would have been like, whoa, wait a minute.
I feel like she would have been one of those people where she either wins the makeover or goes home. There's no in between.
Yeah.
The makeup would have been great. The outfit, questionable. But yeah, so Vania wins. Pitita is called as our second finalist. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, of course. Wonderful. And then Kelly is called as our third finalist, leaving us with a bottom 2 of Clover and Hornella. And as much as I enjoy these two queens very, very much, and as much as I don't want to say it, this was correct.
It was deserved, sadly. I mean, I feel like
Eve, I know
Kelly
that face, and I agree with you. However,
I mean, Kelly could have changed.
That could have been a three-way bottom.
It could have been a three bottom, right?
Bottom 3.
It could have been a bottom 3 for me, but
Fair.
whatever.
It could have been bottom 3. Y'all could have saved Clover because, of course, she did the best. But you know,
So they lip sync to "Vas a volverme loca" by Natalia, which a great song.
All right, I'm gonna sit back now because
this is where it gets interesting.
This is where it gets real interesting.
I have thoughts.
For me, I thought it was a good lip sync on both parts. I don't think this is the best lip sync by any means of the imagination. There was a clear winner.
It was a very clear winner.
Yes.
And it was not Hornella.
No, her name was Clover Bish.
Her name is Clover Bish.
Yeah.
I think we all knew what was happening, though.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so here's my thing. I watched this episode literally right before we came on to record because I wanted to be fresh in my mind. But I was spoiled on Twitter, of course.
Oh.
And so I saw who the final 4 was. And so in my mind, I said, either the person who Clover went against just lip synced for their life and gave everything that they had, or this was rigged and they wanted to send Clover home because this is some bull job. And then I watched it and I was like, this was rigged and this is some bull job and they just wanted to send Clover home because Hornella did one thing and the judges just was like, oh, and it's a theme throughout this entire season of this Drag Race. You take off your clothes and then people think that that's the best thing ever and you get to go past, you get a pass. Hornella pulled off the top of her dress and they were like, oh, she won.
And Lana hasn't even watched España season 2. Let me make that very clear to the fans and to the group here. You have not watched it, but
I have not.
Everything is saying tracks.
Baby. Oh my God. What was her name on season 2?
Samantha
Valentine.
Samantha Valentine. Oh my God.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the stage, Clover is flipping and splitting and whipping into her hair and singing and just doing everything. And that's not back bends and having Hornella looking and trying to copy what she doing. And that's what? That's what we send home? Go ahead, though. Mm-hmm.
Can I say what really frustrates me about this in the past, I've kind of liked the hobbies. This season, I've noticed them. Every time there's a lip sync and they cut to the hobbies, their eyes are always glued on one person and one person only. And I'm like, at least look at the other one. Look and see what they're doing. We know who you want to stay. Give the other person a chance. Actually see if they're winning the lip sync. It's every single time their eyes are locked in on that person. It happened this week. It happened last week. It's happened several times. And it's really pissing me off. And those two can jump off of something tall.
Like, it's just, I hate it because we used to be like, and by we, I mean like the Drag Race fans were like so pro hobbies.
We loved the hobbies.
We loved the hobbies.
We loved the hobbies, and we loved. Well, Anna Locking has stayed our unproblematic queen, truly and honestly.
True. Very
and
that.
We loved Supreme, and we touted Supreme as the best host, and we. I can say the same things about Anna Locking this season because she stays our unproblematic queen, but I can't say the same about anybody else, really.
Yeah, it was. I wasn't a fan. I just was not a fan of the way the end of this played out. Even like, even for me, when like usually when Supreme will say like the little farewell to everyone or whatever before they leave.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Supreme didn't even really do that. Supreme just basically was like,
bye, Bish.
You just
she
lost
literally
for the final. Goodbye.
Sashay away.
Bye, Bish.
I was like, that's it?
You're being eliminated one step before the final. Sashay away. I'm like, how fucking insensitive.
I was like, y'all did not like that girl. And it's weird. And to be honest with you, I really feel like Clover picked that shit the fuck up. Because even when Clover responded back to them, she was like, you know what? Thank you for having me. I had a great time. The answer she gave was so congenial. It was so pageant stock. I'm pissed off and I know y'all did me dirty, but I'm still finna walk out of here with my head held high because I know who I am. And that's when she said, I'm 100% woman right at the end before she walked out. Period. She was like, baby. She's like, baby, that's it. At the end of the day, y'all just can't take me because I'm a woman. And boom, that was the truth.
Yeah.
That was what I was about to say. Because I was like, the way, like, because do we remember when Kelly Rowland got eliminated the first time? And Supreme was nearly
Kelly Rowland
crying and everything.
I mean, like, what? And then everybody else since then, it's just but Clover,
and then Supreme fake crying. I'm like, don't act like you're surprised. Don't act like you're sad here.
We see you, and it was so like, and y'all can say Anna Locking is unproblematic, but even her in this panel was like, "Bye, Bish, you gone." I was like, when are we clapping and smiling and seeing somebody go? We ain't did that before, but now we. Like I don't like them hobbies. Like y'all told me to watch this season and was like you said how great Supreme was and how amazing the hobbies were, and this is a great panel, and this is the season I watch, and I'm like, I don't see any of that because I don't like any of these people, and I just felt like they were just so rude, and just because I feel like this woman of color was there and they didn't want her to be there in this drag world. And I'm like, but I thought we was inclusive to everybody. I thought that's what we was trying to go for. But they treated her. I didn't like the way they treated Visa either, but
it's anyone different. Anyone different than
do this.
If you're not different, if you're not the same as them.
They slept on Visa. They eliminated Maria first, and they gaslit Clover the whole season.
The whole time. I
think like I wouldn't fully consider Anna completely unproblematic as well, because I felt like at the same time, like she's a cisgender woman as well.
Yeah.
In that space, putting on drag for fun.
Mm-hmm.
All that hair, all those hairstyles and outfits and stuff is not how her ass looks going to go get milk from the corner store.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's doing this to be part of the nice little drag race thing and have fun. So in my mind, I was kind of like, I don't understand why you're not trying to take her side more. Like, I felt like there was a lot of the hobbies kind of dinging Clover down on a lot of things. And I was really waiting for Anna to jump up and say, well, wait a minute. You know what I mean? This is, a woman doing this. And I, you know what I mean? Like, I felt like that there was that sisterhood that was a little bit missing between them that I thought could have been. It almost makes me feel like the connection that T.S. Madison had with Sasha on her season and being like, I see you as another trans woman doing this in this field that's quote unquote supposed to be only for men, and I appreciate you. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't get a lot of that interaction between Anna and Clover of being, I see you as another woman in this field doing this. You know what I mean? So it was just kind of weird to me. But I mean, also at the same time, Anna's not black or brown, so I mean, that could mean something about it.
I just pray that Clover is A, fluent in English, and B, gets put on a Versus the World where RuPaul is hosting, because I truly, in my heart of hearts, think that RuPaul would absolutely love Clover.
I feel like if Clover was on a Versus the World, Clover would make a finals very easily.
I
see her very easily seeing her in the top 4.
I absolutely agree with you.
I think Brooklyn would. Pretty much anybody
would love Clover.
Brooklyn would love her. Yeah. That would be the season where we would need the judges to be Brooklyn,
Tracy Melchor,
Tracy, and bring Stacey back.
Yes.
Please. Oh my God, I would scream.
That would be the best judged season of Drag Race that we had in a minute.
But I want to say, Clover, thank you for being in this space. We love you. If they didn't, we do. I hope you know how much you are appreciated by the super fans here. Come
and
on,
the new fans.
I was
Queen, baby.
Queen. Truly robbed 5th place goddess. I said it earlier this season. I was like, either she's going to go home soon or she's going to go 5th.
This
GODDES.
Yes.
Goddess.
Period.
You're a goddess. Like, baby, I have to say, Clover, I was a fan from the very beginning. From the moment you walked in there with your big hair and your tight pants and I fell in love. And I, as another woman on this panel, 100% woman, I say, you did that.
Mm-hmm.
You did that, and they treated you wrong, but we love you here. Oh, I love her.
And that's why I love having so many women, and I'm happy that both of you are here on this panel, especially to talk about these seasons, because it is necessary, because drag, and even I'm going to be fully transparent and say this podcast for the longest time has been very dominated by cis men, and there's nothing really wrong with that, because I love our panel dearly, but it's very nice to have the female perspective. So I love having you both here, and you too, David. David again.
I love how Logan freezes in the moment of laughing.
Oh no! Did I?
Just for us, the viewers probably are seeing it normal.
Right?
Yeah, the viewers are probably seeing it normal because it came through perfectly fine in the video that we did.
Yeah, it's just gonna be. It's funny for us to see you just like
great. I love it.
You're still laughing.
You're still laughing at that. But go ahead, Eve. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, but also at the same time, I want to just send some love to Clover as well too, as being the first Black woman to be on that show as a contestant in any iteration. You know, they have had women on the show as contestants before, but mostly they've all been white. You know, and so you're the first one that's been Black. I mean, I know Angelique is Thai, but but I was like, like as a black person to see that, I feel like I just want to let her know that she's more of an inspiration now than she ever thought that she could be, because she's very, very much showing so many other Black people out there, Black femmes and Black girls out there that want to pursue this art form and share themselves, that it's okay for them to do it and they can be strong doing it, and they can be true to themselves and their ethnicity while doing it as well, and just be queens and shine on their own. And I wish her the world, and I can't wait to see so much more of like what Clover Bish has in store, for her life with this. So like, that's another reason that I do have a love-hate relationship with this show, is because the production and some of the crazy drama and all this stuff does get kind of annoying sometimes, but you do get to meet and find out and discover these amazing entertainers and artists from all over the world that you gain these connections with, and this respect for, and inspire you, and just remind me as a drag entertainer why I do what I do, and so I just want to thank Clover so much for that.
I honestly am very happy that she did this, because for somebody who, like me, I never saw a woman do drag before. I didn't think that was a thing. I didn't know that was a thing. So it's nice to see that. And yeah, now that I know she wasn't the first woman to be doing, I want to go and see other women who do this, because I didn't know that was a thing. I really thought that the drag was definitely a male thing, and male. I didn't know, so I'm very excited to see that. And so now I'm like, now I can go back and see other women who are doing it, and seeing that more people are getting included into this world, because it's a great world. It's a fun world you want to be a part of. It's art, and it's like, I love that, and so I'm excited. I just love her. So
I'm gonna pull an Eve here, and I'm gonna name drop two, funny enough, Chicago entertainers that I absolutely am obsessed with, that are both women. So get your drinks ready. Maureen San Diego, who I had the honor of meeting at DragCon, and also Sigourney Beaver from Dragula. So I had the honor of meeting them both at DragCon. They're both absolutely incredible. So
I'll take double sips because I know both of them.
I figured as much. I am obsessed with them both.
Very funny story. Maureen San Diego actually sold me my bed frame that I currently have on my bed right now. She sold it to me when she moved to LA.
I absolutely love that. I forgot.
Oh wait! Oh my God! And I have this sticker from her too.
Yes, Maureen! Nice. I love her.
All the love for Maureen San Diego.
We love
Even
Maureen.
though she's in LA, we still consider her a Chicago girl. We love
her. Of course.
We miss her.
Yeah, and I just want to wrap up my thoughts about Clover, because it was not love at first sight for me, unfortunately. I was not convinced that she was ready for this when the competition started. So she really had to grow on me. And part of me wonders, like, did I have some sort of bias because she's a cis woman? I know there was a time in my life when I heard it suggested having cis women on Drag Race, and I'm like, why would they do that? And I'm ashamed that I ever thought that, because their drag is just as valid as anybody else's. And I think people like Clover are so important to prove that mentality wrong. And people just have to be open-minded. And I'm not sure our judges were fully open-minded with it. So she really won me over, and I adore her. And I hope she has great things in the future.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that. I love that you were even able to admit that I was not. And it was because maybe. I love that. That's growth, and people need to grow.
She is the second of what I hope to be many cis women to be, on Drag Race. So I'm very hopeful in that. But
next one we're rooting for is Fayludes.
Yes, absolutely.
Fayludes.
Or Maureen. That'd be great.
Oh my God, Maureen would come out completely naked, covered in like Kraft cheese slices.
I would love it.
I wouldn't be against that, but that's what you would do.
I wouldn't be opposed. But so I think we have 2 more episodes. There's a reunion that we're probably not going to do a full episode for, if I'm being honest, unless it's juicy. If it's juicy, then maybe we will.
I want Macarena to come back and spill some tea.
Please.
And Visa. And Visa.
And Clover.
And Clover. Mm.
I'm like, if it's juicy, we might be here to cover it, but otherwise, we will be back for the finale.
Well, should we say who we're rooting for?
Yeah, let's say who we want to win and who we think is going to win, starting with David.
Okay. Well, I will say I don't think there's been a season where I've been so meh on the top 4 like I am with this, except for Pitita. I adore Pitita. She's my favorite, and I think and hope she will win.
Okay. Lana?
I want Pitita to win. That's the only person left on this top 4 that I want to win. Do I think she would win? The way these producers are producing and the way these judges are judging and the way these people are favoring their friends, oh God. I hope I'm just gonna put this out. I hope she wins. I think she'll win. I think she would deserve to win, but I am not opposed to the shenanigans that could possibly happen during this nonsense. So I'm not going to put all of my hope there. That's what I hope, but I am leaving room for the shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
I obviously want Pitita to win.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's going to happen. I think, based on the last 2 winners of España, I think they're going to give it to Vania. I don't agree, because I think Pitita has proven time and time again that she is a deserving winner. However, Supreme wants to crown the queens that are of her generation. We saw that with Carmen. We saw that with
Carmen's
Shuttle.
not that old.
Carmen's 37, or she was when she won.
Carmen had a lot of work done.
Carmen has had a lot of work done, and Carmen's what, 40 now, I believe.
Yeah.
Supreme's about 40, 43, I believe. But
That's
we saw it with, I think she's had a lot of work done too. 44.
I mean, it's
yeah.
It's cheap to get work done in Spain, maybe.
Oh, just kidding. I lied to you several times. Carmen is only 33. Okay.
We said that child was 40-something.
Well, Carmen was the deserving winner of season 1. We saw it with season 2 with giving Shut on the win. I just feel like I have a gut feeling that it's gonna be Vania. That is, for me personally, my second favorable outcome. I want Pitita to win, but I just have a gut feeling that it's gonna be Vania.
I want Pitita to win. If anyone else was to win other than Pitita, I would not be against Hornella winning, because I feel like she would be the only other deserving person out of the top 4 for me that I feel like should win. And that's based on the fact that I think that Hornella possibly should have gotten better marks and better critiques on certain other challenges. So her track record wouldn't be the same as it is now.
She would have a win if it was up to me.
Right. But and Vania for me wouldn't in certain challenges. So that. But for me, some reason, I feel like if they really want to be goofy, they're going to try to flip something and have Kelly win this. If they have Kelly Roller win this season of Drag Race España, I'm coming down to L World of Wonder Productions in Madrid, Spain.
L World of
Wonder, and I'm setting a fire.
If Kelly Roller wins, I am rioting, and then I am through watching every Drag Race for the rest of my life.
Productions. I hope y'all see this.
I will never watch Drag Race again in my life if Kelly Rowland wins this. I can't do this to myself ever again.
Especially not España. Especially not España.
Absolutely not.
I'll watch a lot of the other franchises, just not España.
I'll say my second best outcome if Pitita doesn't win is that they cancel the season before it's over.
Yep. Something happens and everybody else drops dead.
Yep. And then we just don't have anything.
No, my second best outcome is Crown Maria Adelia.
There we go.
There we go.
But I say everybody else passes out, and then they have to get Clover. It's Clover. They bring back Clover.
There we go.
Great.
No, I say that Jurichi comes out of a box. And they go, actually, we're going to give it to Jurichi from season 2.
Season 7, the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race is Katya.
Yeah, but she still has a chance.
Katya is going to win season 3 of Drag Race España. There we go. Done.
That's it. That's the new Twitter thread. This is how Katya can still win Drag Race España season 3.
No, it's Jujubee. Jujubee finally gets her win. There we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we will be back likely in 2 weeks to talk about the finale of Drag Race España. Please, for the love of God, let Pitita win. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, Eve.
Quick question. I want to ask of everyone before we hop off real quick. I know that they're going to be. Yes, they did. I think they did.
Yeah.
They've done Miss Congenialities for España. Does anyone or would anyone have an idea of who they would pick for Miss Congeniality for this season?
Clover, but that's more fan favorite. I would say because it's the queens voting, I could see if it's not out of the top 4, because I think of the top 4, I think honestly Hornella, like you were saying earlier, Eve.
Yeah.
If it's not in the top 4, Bestia.
I could see that. Maybe Paquita.
I'm going to say Bestia.
I would say Bestia too. I feel like I would say Bestia too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's between Bestia and Hornella for me.
Yeah. If we weren't picking out of the top 4.
Yeah, if we weren't.
Season.
Yeah, if we were picking in the top 4, it'd be Hornella. If we're picking out of the top 4, it'd probably be Bestia.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Or maybe Chanel.
Who is that?
Chanel was horrible.
I'm about to say, who is Chanel?
Don't disrespect my cow queen like that.
I was like, who is Chanel?
You don't remember her?
She was on this season?
She was.
Yes.
She was out there.
Absolutely.
Everybody was like, oh my God, he's so hot. And then he just sucked afterwards. And we were
I don't remember Chanel. I'm sorry.
We thought Chanel did well in the comeback episode.
She was paired with Hornella. Remember the little kids?
Oh, the little girls.
Yeah.
You literally said she should have come back into the competition.
I did say that. I thought she was so come back.
She was so shady.
I'm sorry, Chanel.
So shady.
Anyway, that's a great place to end. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm
We'll be back.
sorry.
It happens. There's a lot of Drag Race, and Lana is being exposed to a lot of Drag Race at once. So make sure to follow us on Twitter at The Cup Pod for all of your cup needs. Follow all of us individually on Twitter because we're great. You're on YouTube, so do the YouTube things because you're on YouTube. You know how to do them, so do them. Do all the things. Get your merch. Link in the description below. We'll be back in 2 weeks to talk about the finale. And cheers.
Cheers.
I hit the right button this time.
Yay.
Peace and fish grease, peoples.
Yay. Bye.